Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we want to talk about Varroa mite. Varroa mite. The destructor. Anyway, come let's go talk. Yeah, man. Yes guys. So as we said, today we're going to be talking about Varroa mite. Varroa the whole destructor mite. You know, those pests. Yes, so what is Varroa mite? Basically, Varroa mite is just a ticks that stick onto the bees and sucks the blood from them, you know. They feed on the bees and they feed on the young larvae. So what they do, Varroa mite, they will live inside the cell. Like they prefer to live inside like Jones cell, Jones bee cell, because those are the cells that they have a lot of the Jones is so fat, so they have a lot of food. They might find a lot of food to feed on, so they prefer the Jones cell. Not that they won't live inside the worker cell, but they prefer the Jones cell, right? Varroa mite is one of the greatest challenges for beekeepers, right? And it's a tiny parasite. But a tiny parasite that have a massive impact on honeybees. And even though they are so small, right, they have a very devastating effect on the hive. Because they can create chaos. Yeah man, chaos. You say that one, you know, real chaos. You know, because they call them the destructor. And anything mean destructive or something destruct, you know, so it can't be good. Anyway, Varroa mite, what it does, as I said earlier, they latch onto the bees, like the developing brood, or even the adult bees at the back, like a ticks, and they feed on the fat of the body of that bees. And while feeding, that weaken the immune system of the bees, right? And this makes the bees more fragile and vulnerable. And as I said, vulnerable, you know, they become weak. So the most visible sign of infestation of Varroa mite is the deformed bees. Like for instance, you look inside the hive, you'll find bees like the wings of the bees look deformed. Like some bees born without wing, or the wing may be damaged, and you know, as soon as you look at it, it doesn't look like a regular bee, right? And what the mite does, the mite spread virus, like a dangerous virus, and that's the virus I'm telling you about. They call it BWV, meaning deformed wing virus, right? And that leaving the young bees unable to fly, forage, or even to defend the colony, right? Because they don't have a wing, so because they don't have the wing, they can't even fly, you know. Stand still, but it's just part of life. So as more bees emerge sick or you would say deformed, the colony strength decline, because foragers die early, nurse bees struggle, the hive can't raise the next generation. So without the intervention of us as a beekeeper, the entire colony will collapse within no time, you know. So that's just one of the things that the Varroa mite does. And in colder climates like here in Ontario, Canada, the mite make winter survival even harder. You know, make it harder because they weaken the colony, and the weak colonies often don't even make it through the season, make it through the winter season. Yeah, but there's always hope still, because as a beekeeper, what we can do is we fight back with different treatments, you know, and different kind of treatments. For instance, certain kind of acid, you know, we use certain kind of acid or certain kind of different type of strip. But for instance, I use formic acid pads, right? And the reason why I like using it is because it penetrates through the capped broods, like it goes inside the brood. So those broods that's capped already, where the like for instance, if you have the drone cell, and the mite decide to go inside and live inside that one, then the formic acid is the best one to kill him inside that, right? And then while using that now, you'll combine it with Veer or upper var. That's a strip, right? So that strip now, with the combination, that one kill the mites that stick onto the bees, the adult bees, the ones that sticking onto the bees outside. So when they pass against it, the chemicals are, you'd say, the particles from the medication goes on to the bees, and then it goes on to the mite, and then that will kill the mite. So I prefer using both of them together and get better result, because one is good for to penetrate the brood, and the other is good to kill the mite in contact. So both is good, right? And it's just things we have to do, and you have to monitor. Try to monitor your hive, you know, because you have because they love the Jones brood that much, you have to sometimes remove them. And where you find those cap broods, you can just cut it out and remove it, and that can reduce the reproduction of the mites. And most importantly, just always remember to observe to know your mite level or the amount of mite, if they keep reproducing or if the treatment is working, right? But as I said, formic acid for me is a very good thing, you know, because it's not that harsh of a chemical on the honey or on the bees, because the bee sting contains some form of the natural formic acid, and they use a synthetic formic acid. That's the one that we use to treat the mite. So it's all good, you know. So with consistent care and monitoring, in time the treatment will work, and your hive, you will protect your hive, and the hive will survive. So overall, what I'm trying to tell you is, once you find a mite, do your treatment. Don't hesitate, because once it gets infested, then it's become harder, you know. And Varroa mites are very small, but their impact is powerful in the honeybees. But together we can learn, so we can just share knowledge and help protect the honeybees. Yeah, man. So this one is really about the effect of the Varroa mite and treatments, and what we can do to eliminate, you know, the losses or cut down on the losses of honeybees over the winter time. So yeah, so if you like this one, you can just like, share, subscribe to the channel, and join us in keeping our bees healthy and strong, because that's what we need in this time. Bless you.